Hey guys, time for today's money question and answer. Money Talks Q&A. My name is Stacy Johnson. I'm the CEO of MoneyTalksNews.com. And before I get to today's question, let me tell you how to ask a question of your own. If you've got a money question, all you need to do to get an answer is hit reply to your normal daily Money Talks newsletter. Now let's get to today's question. Here we go. This is from Louise. Louise says, I've been turned down for a home equity loan. 22% credit card debt is killing me. What alternatives do I have? Well, Louise, I'm concerned when I read questions like this one, because why do you have 22% interest credit card debt? That tells me that you probably don't have very good credit. And if you're carrying a balance on a credit card, it suggests that you might be living beyond your means. If that indeed is what's happening, Louise, you need to address that problem first before you begin trying to borrow money in some other area. Because if you're living beyond your means, if you're spending more than you're making, sooner or later, you're going to end up bankrupt. I mean, by definition. So the first thing you need to do is figure out if you are spending more than you're making. And if you're doing it on a continual basis, not, periodically, you buy a car, you're going to spend more than you make that month. But if you're doing that all the time, then you've got a problem. How do you figure it out? Well, you get any one of the budgeting apps, and you just simply track your expenses. You find out where your money's going every month. You know how much you got coming in. That you probably know off the top of your head. But you need to figure out how much you've got going out. And there are many. Mint is an example of an app that'll help you track your expenses. So these things are free. So see if you're actually spending more than you're making. I suspect that you might be. Now, if you've got a problem that you can't solve, in other words, let's say that you can't even make the monthly payments, the minimum payments on your debts every month. Now you got to have help. Where do you find it? You go to a credit counselor. Where do you find a good credit counselor? At our website. You go to our Solution Center, and we'll hook you up with a reputable credit counselor. And guess how much they charge to talk to you? Not a thing. So if you've got a debt problem, then solve it. And it's so simple. And I'm not saying it's easy, but the steps are simple. Go to MoneyTalksNews.com, go to Solution Center, click on credit card debt, and we can get you some help. Now, once you get your credit straightened out a little bit, when you stop spending more than you're making, when you stop digging the hole, then maybe it's going to be a lot easier for you to get that home equity loan. Now, two other things too. You can also shop your credit cards. For example, let's say that we've got our debt under control. Now we're just trying to get rid of it. We're paying 22% interest on a credit card. What we want to do now is let's get a credit card that doesn't charge any interest. One of these things where you get 12 months or 18 months with zero interest. Let's transfer the balance to that, and then that way we can pay it off faster. Now, again, we want to make sure that we're not spending more than we're making, because it's not going to help to do this if you are. But if you've got a handle on that debt and you just want to get rid of it as fast as you can, you might be able to get a credit card with a zero or much lower interest rate, and you might be able to pay it off faster that way by transferring that balance to that zero interest card. Again, we can help you. You can go to MoneyTalksNews.com to the Solution Center, and you can shop credit cards to your heart's content. And we're not the only place you can do any of this stuff, obviously, but it's the one I'm the most familiar with. Okay, and then finally, you might try a credit union. If you haven't joined a credit union, I suggest everybody hearing this join a credit union. You usually get higher rates on your savings, you get lower rates on your loans. So you might be able to get a better credit card and or a loan to help you consolidate that credit card debt and stop paying that 22% interest, Louise. This is insane. You got to cut it out. You got to figure it out, and then you got to cut it out. You with me? Okay. So let's go over those three things again. Number one, make sure you're not spending more than you're making on a continual basis. Make sure you're not supporting a lifestyle you can't afford with debt. Okay? If you are, find out by using an app to see how much you're spending versus how much you're bringing in. And if you need help, I want you to go out and find it. Especially because the advice, at least, is going to be totally free, and the solution won't cost you a lot either. Okay? Number two, shop your cards. See if you can find something with a lower rate, maybe something with a 0% interest rate. Once you know that you're going to be able to really focus on those debts and get them paid off. And number three, try a credit union. They're often easier on credit terms, and in the long term, they give you higher rates on your savings and lower rates on your loans. So that's your 3 things for today. Hope that helped, Louise. You guys join me again for the question tomorrow. And be sure and like us on Facebook. It helps us, okay? We appreciate it. Cost you nothing. Please do it. If you want to see more videos like this, follow us or join YouTube, our YouTube channel, MoneyTalksNews.com, or Money Talks News, rather, on YouTube. Easy to find. And, of course, subscribe to our free newsletter. What do you have to lose? So anyway, guys, I'll see you again soon. And go out there and make it a profitable day, would you?